Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Power of the Mind podcast. I am comedy hypnotist Jim Kellner, and I have taken over the podcast. 1-800-KEEP-JIM worked. No. Actually, it is my pleasure to be invited back once again to co-host with my friend. She's the Law of Attraction hypnotist, #1 best-selling author of a fantastic book, The Practical Law of Attraction. Really, she helps you to align with yourself, with the manifesting and all that good stuff. And she also has one of the coolest apps, hypnosis apps I've ever seen, the HypnoCloud app. Go get it. Everybody, your usual host, Victoria Gallagher. Give it up for her.
Hey,
Yay.
Thank you so much for that wonderful welcome. Thank you for being my wonderful co-host. And yeah, it seems like people are dialing the number.
They're dialing 1-800-KEEP-JIM. Don't really call that number, but it's 1-800-KEEP-JIM.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we will see if it continues. If that continues, we'll keep Jim. So what have you been up to? What have you been manifesting? What is going on this week?
Things are really just, I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing the conference out in Heartland very shortly, teaching out there, attending out in St. Louis, Missouri.
Woo.
As my grandma would have said it. She was from Missouri, actually. So super excited.
That is so cool. Yeah, I've yet to do Heartland. I did Mid America, which is the closest I've been to the Heartland.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't done Mid America, but I've done Heartland virtually because of COVID. But yeah, they're in person this year.
Right. That is amazing. It's just for those of you who are not fellow hypnotists out there listening to the show, Heartland, Midland, what are we talking about? We're talking about our hypnosis conferences, because we get the privilege and the pleasure to go and speak at all these amazing events with all these, hundreds and thousands of hypnotists. And yeah, that's where we got to meet each other for the first time, was at the Hypno Thoughts.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And is your intensive that's coming up, is that at Hypno Thoughts, or are you doing another one also?
The Law of Attraction Intensive is just going to happen one time this year. And, until we are completely over this whole COVID thing, which no masks, no vaccines needed anywhere, whatever, until we're like, I'm just doing it the one time. And so I'm doing it one time only. That's in July. That's at Hypno Thoughts. It's as a pre-conference, and it's 3 days this year. And you're going to get some certifications to actually do this stuff with your clients. So if you're a coach, you're a hypnotist, you're a professional, or if you're, just a student of the Law of Attraction, then you're definitely going to want to come out and get certified in being a practical Law of Attraction master.
Cool. So just any regular Joe or Jane could just go to just take your workshop. They don't have to go to the conference.
Exactly. They don't have to go to the conference. They can just go. As a matter of fact, last year was the first time I did it as a pre-conference. And we had like half the room were hypnotists and half the room were just my regular, my regular students that follow me through my podcast, my books, and found out about it through my email. So definitely anybody, it's, I structure it in a way that anybody can get value out of it, whether you've been practicing hypnosis, Law of Attraction for 20 years, or if you're just kind of hearing about this stuff for the first time. I structure it in a way that everyone can benefit. It's a little bit more advanced. I would say. It's definitely good to maybe have read the book beforehand, but anybody can really get value out of it.
Cool. And no BS, people. I've taken a lot of classes, and again, no BS. Really, Victoria teaches a great class. I've taken several of her classes. This is going to seem staged. I swear this is not staged, but hold on for 1 second.
Okay.
Entertain people for a minute, Victoria. Hold on.
I'm going
Hold
to.
Just,
I literally the other day when I was going through all of my video testimonials that you were one of the video testimonials
oh,
that I think it was from HypnoBiz. Were we at HypnoBiz
oh yeah,
together in
HypnoBiz,
New
yeah.
York? I believe you gave me that was probably the first time that you took one of
Yeah.
my classes. And you gave me an
And
amazing testimonial. What's that? Oh my goodness. Okay. So what he's holding up there is the worksheets from the very first, that was my very first presentation at Hypno Thoughts. That was in 2018, I believe. That was my passive profit and prosperity with hypnotic recordings.
amazing. I wouldn't call it a worksheet. It's more like a booklet. There's like 15 page, 20, maybe 20 page. Seriously, best class I ever took. I mean, so much good information in there. And I'm
my
sure it's not
God.
staged. I was looking at it because I'm working on projects and I'm like, I got to look at Victoria's booklet again. Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Guys, I'm
you
a huge
so
fan of
much.
Victoria. Really, she's done amazing stuff. So anyway, enough about how awesome Victoria is. We all know, right?
Oh, thank
Seriously,
you.
best class, really, best class. I've taken lots of classes at conferences, really best class, got so much tangible information, which, if you're a hypnotist, if you've been to a conference, a lot of times what you get is a lot of fluff. And then come take my real workshop later, this was, you didn't have to take anything else. Everything was contained in that class.
I can't do that. I'm really just, I'm super, I think I'm just really hard on myself, and,
Mhm.
and so I like, I almost structure a class like I have to learn something new for myself
Mm.
as I'm putting together each class. Like I can't even like do the same thing over and over again. I have to like rearrange. I have to make it a little challenge for myself. It's
Mm.
like, so if I don't feel like the material is like teaching me anything new, then I can't do it.
Nice. And I totally get, sometimes you do have to, you get a little sample and you got to learn. If you really want to learn more, you got to go somewhere else. But there's so many classes that are just fluff. And hey, look how awesome I am. Come take my real class later. So bravo, whatever.
Thank you.
So I know you want to get on with, you wanted to get on with affirmations this week, right?
Yes, yes. Because I think there's so much, there's just so much misinformation and so much confusion out there, I think, around the whole idea of affirmations. It's like, I've been saying my affirmations, but nothing's happening. I mean, that's probably like one of the top things that you hear when people are a student of law of attraction, that, it's just all about the affirmations. And there's so much more to it. But I really do want to dive into this whole concept and whole talk about affirmations, because I think that they do help, but they can also hinder.
And they've gotten such a bad rap, because we go back to that Saturday Night Live skit from the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
the Stuart
Smalley,
Smalley. Yeah.
Stuart Smalley.
Oh, he ruined affirmations. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's hilarious.
I'm
But
good enough. I'm
yeah,
smart enough,
smart
and
enough.
doggone it, gone it.
People like me. Yeah.
People like me.
So so you believe in affirmations then?
I do believe in affirmations, to a point. I believe in affirmations for the purpose that they should be for.
Hmm.
Affirmations by themselves, like you just an affirmation written or reading an affirmation, really isn't going to do anything. You can say your affirmations 1,000 times and it's just not going to do anything. I mean, it's not the thing that's going to make the magic happen. So why say them? So the whole point of why we want anything, we talked about this in our last episode, why we want anything is because we want a feeling. I mean, that's really why we want anything. And so the affirmations are there to generate a feeling, a good, positive feeling to get you into that high vibe, to ultimately get you to believe and take action, and to connect yourself with the feeling of the end result that that you want. So I think I kind of answered my second question there, but
Well, it's interesting because, I think that's you kind of talked about, it was the last time you talked about the fact that you got to get the feeling first,
Mhm.
and we're always chasing a feeling, but you were saying that you can get the feeling first, and then that helps you to get what you want. Is that
It
right?
does. When you so when if you like, let's just say, let's keep it at something really concrete, because sometimes when we want to manifest things like lots of money or our soulmate, or it's a little bit inconceivable. But let's just talk about the real conceivable things that we want to manifest. Like, let's say you want to manifest your workout, daily workout, like you were talking about your push-ups. So let's just say that we use affirmations to manifest ourselves into doing push-ups or getting into the best shape. Um, well, if you wake up in the morning and you feel drained and you feel tired and you feel depressed and you feel fat and you feel whatever the bad feelings are, how likely are you to get up and get out of bed and do what you need to do?
I'm going to reach for some Pop Tarts and sit on the couch.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm never gonna, and if you're saying to yourself, and affirmations really is affirming something. So
Oh, yeah.
affirmations is to affirm something that's already true. It's not about lying to ourselves. And affirmations can be positive or negative. So when we talk to ourselves, say, I'm so fat, I have so much cellulite, or my arms are so jiggly, or I feel so ugly. Well, guess what? Those are affirmations too,
Mm.
and those affirmations don't make us feel very good, but we're not even aware that we're saying those affirmations, but we say those things. Even if you're not necessarily saying them out loud, they're going on in the undercurrent of your everyday thoughts. You may not even be aware that you're saying those things, but those are the things that, that are going on. And so those affirmations, they work because they work to make you feel bad. They make you feel like you don't want to get out of bed, and they create the result that they're intended to create. So wouldn't the opposite hold true?
It's so funny because I had to become very aware of this, and really work to stop myself from all those negative affirmations, because I got a lot of messages, and really, for a lot of me, for a lot, and probably for a lot of people, those negative ones came from caregivers, people that were around us when we were young. And I still had this, you're stupid, you're stupid. I would hear this in my mind. I drop my keys. Oh, you're stupid. Well, I'm not stupid. I just dropped my keys. That's not, there's just all these times when I had this negative garbage going on.
I'm so sorry that that happened to you. It's like inconceivable to me that, I mean, because I think that our caregivers do say things that are not even intention, like there's intentional and there's not intentional
Yeah.
affirmations that they give us. And I think the not intentional ones, like always being careful,
Yeah.
making sure that you get a job and don't become a starving artist and things
Yeah.
like
Right.
that. They're not intended to hurt us. They're not intended to hold us back, but they do. But things like what you're talking about, it's unfathomable that a parent, could say something like, "You're stupid."
Yeah. And it kind of, it just sort of, and, I've worked with clients, and that same thing, they've got this track running in their background. And I remember I worked with one client. she said she had 72 things about her body that she didn't like.
Oh my goodness.
72. I don't know. I could name 72 things about my body. It was just unbelievable. It was all from her mom. Her mom had just trying to do good, trying to help her to be better. You're getting fat, right? Comb your hair, those kind of things. Really actually trying to help, but in just a really not great way.
Oh, it's so hard to hear. It seems like maybe today, I don't know. I mean, it does seem like we're getting a little bit more advanced in understanding how powerful the words are, that
Oh yeah.
hopefully people who are raising children now, they understand that their words, they're speaking to these young, impressionable minds, and these are going to be the voices that they're going to hear every day for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. True. True. So, I mean, so you talk about, so kids are impressionable. So we know that if we sat a kid down and said, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, pretty soon they start feeling stupid. Do you think we're still impressionable as we get older?
We definitely are. I do believe that it's a little bit harder work, because as we become adults and we gain, one of the things that happens even before we're an adult. I mean, when we're 6 years old, eh, our conscious, rational, logical mind is formed, and so now we're able to decide and decipher, like, is that true?
Mm.
And we weren't able to do that though before our conscious mind was formed. But as we as we grow up, and we learn, oh, there's no Santa Claus, there's no tooth fairy, we have all these little disappointments. We believe in something and that doesn't quite happen, and we start to develop a lot of resistance,
Mm.
and the harder wired these programs are in our subconscious mind, the harder they are to change. It's just, there is going to be resistance. So saying them alone isn't going to change anything.
Mm.
Yeah, but believing them and feeling them, and visualizing them, and getting yourself into a physiological state that projects what you're actually saying. What I'm trying to say is, it's all about being in alignment. You have
Mm.
to get into alignment with these affirmations. Saying affirmations also that are not currently true is about the worst thing that anybody can do.
Oh,
Uh, you know,
so I
um,
shouldn't. So I shouldn't be going. I'm a fitness model right now. I
right.
shouldn't be. Right. Okay. How dare
Exactly.
you?
Exactly. Um,
Okay.
so we have to change our affirmations to say them in a way that's true, that's
Mhm.
believable, but that's also moving us toward, like, we don't want everything to stay the same. So we have to kind of, bridge the present situation with the future situation that we're wanting to create. And that just takes a little bit of forethought, and just, going on the internet and finding some affirmations that are already pre-written, like, I am a millionaire, I'm rich,
Mhm.
I am, I don't, those are not necessary. Those are, they might kind of, I don't know, they might kind of make you feel good a little bit in the moment, but really, when you're saying them and you try to look yourself in the eye while you're saying, I am a
Yeah.
millionaire, and you have $10,000 worth of credit card debt, and you um, don't have a job, and you, um, don't actually have any money in the bank, it's incongruent. And the thing is that you can't lie to your subconscious mind.
Mm.
The body just knows that the words that you're saying are not true. So you have to find a way to say the things in the affirmations in a way that's true, and believable, and present, and current, like what you're present to in this moment.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think it's like everybody that talks about affirmations just talks about making that that I statement. I am this right now. Like I'm a fitness model. I'm looking going, a little pudgy for a fitness model, aren't you? So it's that makes a lot of sense. I think that, like you said, I think it seems like, if I'm thinking about this, that I could start to believe it, but it's going to take a lot more work, right? There's a lot more resistance because I've got that subconscious is going, no, you're not. No, you're not. Right.
Yeah.
Or the conscious
Yeah.
mind, or one of these parts of our mind is going, no, you're a little too pudgy to be a fitness model.
Now, here's the thing. Like, so you know what a fitness, you have the idea of what a fitness model is and what that looks like. So how could you bridge your present reality and say something in a way that allows you to think of the fitness model that you want to be, and at the same time, just experience a good positive truth in this moment?
I'm doing my push-ups every morning as I'm becoming a fitness model.
There we
I
go.
know. Awesome.
I mean, it could literally be, I mean, we could smooth that out a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, it could literally be that it's not, it's not always easy, but it's that simple, like not all of
Gotcha.
them come together exactly in those terms.
Mhm.
But it's, that's, you're bridging that, I'm willing to do my push-ups every day, or I'm doing my push-ups if that's true. So I always like kind of to play with words. Like if it's true, then go ahead and say it. I am doing my push-ups every day. If that's actually going on, then I'm doing my push-ups every day. That's helping me to become a fitness model. And that's a true, believable. And how does that make you feel versus if you just said, I'm a fitness model?
Well, it definitely makes it more believable.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like the universe is just going to come down and just ding with its magic wand, and now I'm a fitness model, which wouldn't even seem fair, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like why can I just sit on the couch and eat Pop-Tarts and become a fitness model because I think about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and it's things like that when people do say statements like that, and the people who are forgive the word, but just ignorant to the way that the law of attraction actually works and the way manifestation actually works, when they think that all you have to do is say, I'm a fitness model 1,000 times, and that's the key to manifesting that. Well, of course they're going to think it's BS, because if that is what
Right.
it is, then then it is. But it's
Right.
not that. It is about creating a genuine belief in your subconscious mind, and a feeling and a vibration that connects you with the future reality that you're creating, such that you are also taking the inspired, not forced, but inspired action steps toward manifesting your goals.
Well, I like the way you made that distinction between forced and inspired. So the push-ups aren't forced, but I'm inspired to do them because I'm becoming a fitness model. I'm wondering how we might use that. Like you used the millionaire example earlier. I'm a millionaire. Can you give me an example of how you might phrase that for those of us that would like to be a millionaire?
Absolutely. So the way that I use things that are a little bit harder, to grasp, is I like to use affirmations that have to do with other people. So I would say there are however many, there's millions of millionaires in the world, and it's just as likely that I can become one.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I like literally just can't, years of
Yeah,
creating these.
right.
Um, you know, I am open to receiving new ideas that will cause me to become a millionaire. I'm open to receiving new ideas that will cause me to become a millionaire.
You know what, a couple of things I really like about that was when you said there are, what did you say, hundreds or thousands or whatever, there's many millionaires out there, sort of almost like, why not me, kind of but in, more eloquently, which really makes it more believable, because, and really a millionaire today is more, you should be a 10 millionaire at least or something, right? A millionaire isn't that big of a deal anymore, but still, it still seems a little like out of reach for a lot of us, like a millionaire. But when you think about it, there are lots of millionaires. It's not that big of a deal. Why
Exactly.
not? Why
Yeah.
not?
Right. It
I
it
mean,
it really brings it into like this it kind of takes the energy off of it, it takes it off of the pedestal, because
yeah,
we
right.
put a lot of these goals on a pedestal and make them, but it kind of cuts it down to size. It's like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
And I
Even
mean, I
though
think
it'd
if
be
you,
exciting. And you could
right,
just say,
exactly.
I, like I love how I love thinking about myself as a millionaire. I love
Mhm.
thinking about myself. I love thinking about all the things I can do as a millionaire. All
Yeah,
of these things. I mean, it's true. Um I love the way I'll be able to, have, whatever it is that you would do.
right.
I love I love that I can, fly to wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go. I love the freedom that being a millionaire um, provides.
Yeah, that's amazing, really. And I think too, like if you think about when you made it, included all those people, I was thinking about I know a few millionaires, and as I think, I'm like, my friend Joe, he's not that remarkable, right? He's not. I mean, he's a great guy and everything, and he's done a lot of great stuff, and I mean, he's worked hard and stuff, but it's not like he's like a diamond, he's not like
Yeah.
this rare gem. I mean, he's done things that anybody really could do.
And
So
yeah,
yeah,
you can say, being a millionaire is perfectly, it's kind of an ordinary thing. You could just say it like that. Being a
yeah.
millionaire is kind of an ordinary thing. And
Hmm.
um I'm taking steps daily. I'm taking steps daily toward becoming a millionaire.
Nice. That is really awesome. Um, so how do you come up with these? What's the best way to come up with it? If I gotta write one down.
Yeah. So one of the things, and we did talk about this, a while back, in a previous episode about the complaints. So that's one way,
Hmm.
is actually thinking about what is getting in my way of having
Hmm.
what I want, and really writing down, figuring out what is the resistance, what are you disappointed about that's not happening, what are you frustrated about that's not happening, why do you believe that this can't happen, and then simply flipping it and turning it around, and turning it into a positive statement. I think that's starting with the negative is really the best way to figure out the positive, because it's so much easier to figure out, like, well, what's blocking me, what's in my way from having that. Oh, I'm not working out, or oh, I'm not in the right profession, or whatever it is. And then you're able to write an affirmation around that. And I always suggest making the affirmations short and true and positive and believable. Well, true and believable, kind of the same thing, but there's a little distinction between true and believable, but making them short enough so that's not also like a completely wordy thing that it's like, oh, I have to read this thing, like you want
Right,
it,
because we've
to
already
be
got our
something.
mission statement, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Well, so and I want to come back to that. So I don't remember what you called it, but in the first episode we did together, it was 198, I think. We talked about, I don't remember. It's not a mission statement. It's something else.
The
My
desire, intention, and
the
gratitude statement.
desire,
Hmm.
intention, gratitude statement. But I got to tell you, so one of the things, and I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, but like if you ask me, Jim, how do you become a millionaire? I'd go, well, I mean, I need to do these things. But when you turned it around, and it was a little bit vague, like, well, if I did this, maybe this would happen. But when you said, take that complaint, and I can look at the things that I'm doing that are at least preventing me, I can go, well, if you stop doing that, that might help things a little bit, right?
Absolutely,
So I mean,
absolutely.
so that may not get me there by getting rid of those complaints, but it's certainly a place to start, you
Yeah.
know.
And that's the thing, is we're all starting from someplace. So, maybe it's just, uh, you know, um, if you don't even have any idea how something can be achieved, like if it just seems so inconceivable, then the affirmation might even be that, I am I'm open to learning how to become a millionaire.
Hmm.
Like it could, so the further away you are from believing it, then the more of lighter statement you're going to want, a less strong statement. But the closer you are, if you've already, you know you're a 750,000-aire.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's much easier for you to conceive of that, and you probably are already on your way. So in that case, it's like, I am so close to becoming a millionaire that, and I can see this, I can see this happening in the next few months or whatever, and just, you can make it a little stronger the closer you are, and the less those old beliefs have on you, the stronger you can make those affirmations. But the further away you are from it, you got to make them a little lighter, and whatever gets it to the believability point for you. Once you believe, like, okay, like, I have already manifested the idea, now let's step it up a little bit. All right, my ideas are taking me to becoming a millionaire.
Mm. I'm still in that one right there. That's good. That's good. So how do we, is there anything else we need to keep in mind? Because I know there's just a huge,
Yeah,
it seems like a long list of stuff to keep in mind here. What do we need to do for
a
this?
long list.
I can't just walk around going, I'm a millionaire. We discovered that. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Why aren't I a millionaire?
So, so I like to, to me, it's all about the way that you do your affirmation. So if you just say, my ideas are taking me toward being a millionaire, you know,
This is the
um,
universe.
right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the universe is not going to feel that. And if you're not feeling it, then the universe isn't feeling it. So
Yeah.
you have to find ways to really connect with it. And, there's so many different fun ways that you can do your affirmations. I mean, you can go for a nature walk and you can say them, you can shout them out, you can meditate to them, you can do your meditation or hypnosis, and then you can open your eyes, and, like, if you've got them all written out, you can read them. But you want to make sure that when you do them, that you get yourself into kind of a high vibe state to begin with. One of the things I do is I turn on some high vibe music, some sort of music that just kind of already, like, lifts my state up. So music helps. Another way that music helps is if there's a tune that you like, and actually replacing the words to the song with your affirmation is just another fun way to do it. Because then the next time, anytime you hear that song, you're going to be thinking your affirmation.
Hmm.
Dancing, and getting the energy going, and dancing, because again, it's just all about getting that energy, getting yourself into that vibe, getting that feeling. The feeling is going to create the belief is going to get you into action. So anything you can do, you want to smile, you want to have good posture, lift your chin up. Physiology, is so much a part of this. If you're, saying your affirmation while you're looking down at the ground, even, like, when you got your paper and you're looking down and you're reading it like that,
Wow.
that's,
Good point.
you're looking down. So
Right.
so
Right.
lift it up, and have it at eye level and actually read it, if it's still something that you're, needing to read. So those are just a couple of my tips. And we do some really, really fun exercises. It's like one of the one of the highlights actually, in my law of attraction intensive, about, creating your own custom unique affirmations that are designed just for you. And then I have everybody do their affirmations in their own unique, special, fun way. And it really just raises the energy in the room, and everybody's just having a really fun time with it. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Oh. I think everybody can see you kind of brightened up as you were talking about that. I think we can all kind of, it's like you were there in that moment. And I
Yeah.
think that, I mean, I think that's the kind of vibe you want to have when you're doing these affirmations, is what you just saw. If you're watching, what you saw on Victoria's face right there, she was right there. It was awesome.
Yeah. I love it. I love, the very first time I got into personal growth myself was at a seminar. And I mean, well, it wasn't the very first time, but it was the turning point that took me from stockbroker to hypnotist. And it was in a seminar like that. And I just remember how I felt, and how it just lit me it just lit me up and took me to this whole new empowered, inspired level. And I was just in a new way of thinking that I just always wanted to be the person that would give other people that feeling. And so yeah, when I think back to all the classes that I've done on this, it just makes me feel really good and really inspired and really fulfilled, that like I'm really living my purpose.
Nice. I'm excited to try these out. So if we go back all the way to the first one we did together, if I'm understanding things, I come up with my desire statement. There's more to it. The desire manifestation.
Desire,
Uh,
intention, and gratitude statement.
and so I do that every morning and every night. And then throughout the day, I'm throwing in my affirmations. Is that right?
Yeah. You'll say your desire, intention, and gratitude statement throughout the day, but
Oh, that's right. 10 times.
definitely, yeah, definitely throwing in on top of that, some additional affirmations, especially affirmations that have to do with any limiting beliefs, which we haven't gotten into talking about the limiting beliefs, and that'll be for another episode. But definitely a lot, the affirmations, once you have gotten in touch with your limiting beliefs, and you create some new empowering affirmations around that, that's also just, that's how I recommend, people that are students of this work, to sprinkle in some of those affirmations throughout the day, or even doing them in their self hypnosis, their own self hypnosis routine, using those affirmations during self hypnosis. So you can use them anytime. You can use them in the shower. You can use them during meditation, during self hypnosis, throughout the day, whenever feels good for you.
This has been awesome. And I got to tell you, it's as you're talking, I'm like, oh, I need to, because I did talk a little bit about affirmations in my upcoming book, and I'm like, I need to revise a couple of things.
Always, authors always be revising.
Right.
Yes, I can definitely relate. I've even revised my book, a couple, not like just like little sentences here and there, but it's one of those works. You never totally feel done with it. So it'll be like
Well,
maybe for the next book.
maybe, well, for me, affirmations have just been, I've just powered them in there.
Mhm.
I'm just hammering them in, with the, I'm strong, I'm, whatever, and all this, instead of making a little bit more realistic. What you're talking about is doing the part. And so I need to go revise that part. Like, you don't have to hammer it in. You can make it more believable and make it, a little softer by saying, I'm becoming whatever. I'm excited to be, becoming a fitness model or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you were able to get inspired to revise those. And, and that's just, that's just my experience with it. That's just my thought, and that's just something that clicked in with my body when I checked in and, just said, what's true here and what's the best way to make these work. And that works for me. And it seems to work for, my clients, my readers and my students. So, that I'm glad you found that helpful.
Makes a lot more sense. It really does. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Awesome. So I think we're at the end of the show. Anything else before
I
we
guess
go?
I guess so. So well, why don't I go ahead and take the ending here, and you
Sounds
took the
good.
beginning, and we're working out this co-host thing and kind of figuring out our jam, our jive, and how we're gonna how we'll do this. So let me just thank our listeners. Just really want to thank you guys so much for being subscribers, for being listeners of the Power of Your Mind podcast. It's just been amazing having you on this journey so far, and the journey is just going to continue. We're at episode 200 today, so that is just amazing. So thank you so much for listening. And if you've enjoyed this episode or any of our past episodes, please leave us a review, subscribe to the podcast, and definitely be sure to download my HypnoCloud app for those amazing sessions. Go check out the Law of Attraction Intensive website so you can sign up, reserve your seat, because it's going to be an amazing time. And thanks, Jim, for being a wonderful co-host with me today
Thank
and for your
you.
amazing questions. And we will see you next time.